Hey there, it's Molly from Tabletop Teacher making your Mondays more manageable. I know that I like to post every Monday morning at 7:30 so that my post is there bright and early when you're starting your week out. Hopefully today, if you are still in school, if you're not out for summer vacation yet, then hopefully you have today off for Memorial Day. Uh, this is a late post because I am spending Memorial Day in our nation's capital, which is about the best place I can conceive of to be. We arrived last night after my cousin's wedding and got to tour around a little bit. And I spent last night desperately trying to find my camera, which I lost on our first day tour of Washington, D.C. So I guess my post for today is going to be about the importance of keeping to the positive and finding lessons in things when bad things happen. This is something that all of us can do better at, and it's something that's incredibly important for us to teach our students. I know that my students from second grade all the way up to 12th grade really struggle with this, and oftentimes we find that it's the really the things that aren't that big a deal, but are minor frustrations that are really aggravating. Um, if someone in the family dies, that's a really big problem, and we go through the grieving process and we slowly come out of it. But when you lose your camera, you just get really angry and kind of want to throw a temper tantrum. So this is the second time I have lost a camera on a trip. The first time was in Buenos Aires, Argentina, when I was a college student, and I learned my lesson about being very vigilant over my purse. Um, uh, so this time, I don't think that my camera was stolen. I think I probably dropped it somewhere. Um, and I I don't really know exactly what the lesson is here. Maybe it's just, oh, it's time to upgrade to whatever, or maybe the lesson is just that I don't need to take pictures everywhere I go, that I need to be in the moment and experiencing what's going on. Um, I kind of feel like the lesson here is that women's pants are terrible, because I most likely dropped it because the only place I had to keep it was a back pocket because I have no front pockets. Um, but uh, just just keep in mind when these bad things happen to uh, take a breather, and that may mean that you have to sleep, you have to go away and do something else. Um, but come back to the problem later when your mind is more clear, and say, okay, what good thing may come out of this? Um, and and then if you can do this, and if you can do this in front of your students, then they can learn to do this, and we can learn to see the problems that are really big and matter and care about those things. And then when something little happens, we can we can figure out how to move on from those without being excessively angry or depressed, and just handle our emotions well. Um, on that note, there is a wonderful TED Talk on synthesized happiness, which is all about how when bad things happen to us, we naturally can decide that these are better than what may have happened before. So I'm going to post that TED Talk right below this post. And soon, for those of you who are interested in following my adventures road tripping across the United States this year, I will have some posts about Maryland and about Washington, D.C. Just no pictures, apparently, because I lost my camera. So, have a wonderful Memorial Day. I hope that it is very meaningful for you. Those of you who are on summer vacation, enjoy your summer. Those of you who are not yet on summer vacation, I hope that you have the opportunity to talk with your students uh, about not worrying about small things, about finding the good in small things, and as well as getting the chance to talk with your students about Memorial Day and why it's important, and those people who we have lost, and I guess what we try to fight for here. I know that there are some very interesting conversations that could come out of this uh, when I get back to my class in August, because my students have seen lots of different things to fight for. So, uh, have a marvelous week, y'all, and I will catch you next Monday.